Today, we're diving into a popular post from the Reddit titled as TIFU by buying a used PlayStation 2 on Let Go that caused me to face my worst fear. This post received 42,649 upvotes. Posted by Broshenju. The post reads as follows. This happened only minutes ago. The graphics card in my old PS2 decided it wanted to give up on me recently, so I decided to replace it when I had a little extra cash. I was out browsing different sites like Craigslist and the like, when I stumbled upon the PS2 mentioned in the title. It looked like a great deal at the time. $25 to buy it from this guy, whereas a second-hand store in town was selling them for around $45 to $60. At the time, this seemed like a no-brainer. Now, I should preface this by saying that I have a strange faith in the honesty of others. Benefit of the doubt and all that noise. After all, the car I drive now is one I bought from a guy on the internet, and it runs great for something that is 27 years old. Why should this be any different? Starting to sound like a mistake yet? If the answer is no, then have no fear. That is almost certainly about to change. The model the seller advertised on Let Go was one of the larger black brick models. Like the first generation ones. When I finally met the seller, we had a brief handshake and exchange. When he showed me the goods, it was actually one of the slim and silver PS2s from later in the console's production run. He told me he had already sold the larger one. My first instinct, as many logical Redditors would tell me, is that I should have walked away when I saw I was being sold something that was improperly advertised. Unfortunately for me, and I guess, fortunately for the rest of you reading this, I was not in the most logical mood. It was kind of a shitty drive to a pretty sketchy part of town, and it had already been a long morning. I just wanted to get this thing and go home. Back at the old ranch, I hooked up the console, slapped in Kingdom Hearts 2, and got ready to enjoy the rest of my day. I'm off work and done with class. What else would I do with my evening, right? I was pretty happy with my life until I realized I had been waiting for 5 or so minutes and the disc wasn't reading. Strange, but not altogether discouraging. I slapped in another game that I knew for sure was working. Didn't read. I repeated this several times with discs I knew would work. Same story. Now I'm starting to get slightly pissed. I'm sure you can see where this next part is going. I open up the app to message the seller and let him know he had sold me a defective console. Not so much to my surprise, he had blocked me. I've now got no way to contact him. Of course not. He just took me for a fucking ride. All I could do at that point was report him and live in my shame. That, or I could get onto YouTube and try to find a fix for a disk read error. I picked the latter option and went on my merry way. After a video about a quick mod I could make to the system, I was feeling pretty confident that I was going to get the last laugh on this one. Oh golly gee fuck was I wrong. Now at this point, I begin to tumble from my perch of the high and mighty, and start snowballing right down that tall fucking mountain. I manage to get the appropriate screws out and pry that bad boy open. It's putting up a little more of a fight than I saw in the videos, but why wouldn't it? It was never meant to be opened this way in the first place. With a little elbow grease, it starts to give. I'm also starting to spot a bit of rust in one of the memory card slots. A bit annoying, but the other one was working a few minutes ago so I can live with that. The further I get it open, the more rust I see on some more critical pieces. I'm sweating again, but holding out hope. Finally, the plastic casing comes free, and I experience the joy of a man that is working with his own 2 hands to solve a problem. I experience this joy for maybe a second and a half. You see, after prying the top casing off of the console, the bottom half sort of clattered back down onto the desk. The first thing I notice is that the inside is covered in rust. The second thing I notice is that some of the rust is moving. Oh, that's not all rust. Oh son of a bitch, those are fuck mothering cockroaches. Do you know that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark where Indiana Jones is like, snakes? Why did it have to be snakes? That was me. Except with cockroaches. They are the one insect that fill me with more disgust than anything else. And now they're crawling on my hands. And these are the quick little tiny ones that don't give two fucks about whether you've stepped on them or not. I threw that whole console on the ground post haste, which only made them more riled up. They're getting everywhere now. I'm yelling for help to my roommates and stomping the ground like a fucking madman in a fit of terrified panic. You would think that something caught fire with the way I was yelling, which is what my mate said he thought had happened, but no, just cockroaches. Tiny, $25 freaks of nature. Eventually I managed to eradicate most of the insect horde with stomping and shouting alone, at which point I grabbed a can of Raid from the laundry room and finished the job. At least, I hope I finished the job. I'm fairly certain there are at least 2 of those little fuckers still running around under the bed, but at this point I'm a little too emotionally drained to care. I also get the extreme pleasure of wallowing in the fact that I basically just paid $25 to get covered in my least favorite living thing on the planet. Jesus, it's only 3 in the afternoon and I already need a stiff drink. TLDR. I bought a used PS2 online, opened it up to fix it, and got covered in cockroaches. Edit. Hi, Reddit. I just wanted to say many thanks for the gold and all the offers for cockroach-free PlayStations. Warms my heart, and I'm super happy you guys enjoyed my writing as well. Happy Redditing. A comment from user Kjibbles says, I used to work at Geek Squad and people would bring their PC towers for repair. You wouldn't believe how many times we opened up the towers and they were teeming with roaches, spiders, and other bugs. Laptops were almost as bad. I used gloves to handle the ones covered in mysterious fluids and stains. This comment received 1816 upvotes. A comment from user deleted user says, deleted. This comment received 4205 upvotes. A comment from user Robnell says, you need to get you some good roach bait traps. Not the cheap shit at Walmart, good bait traps. Because I doubt seriously if you killed them all, and if you didn't you will have a whole new infestation in the coming months. Especially if you are not super good with cleaning after yourself. Oh. And be glad it was roaches instead of bedbugs. This comment received 8100 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, oh boy. I didn't even think of those. I'll definitely be investing in pest control in the coming days. This reply received 283 upvotes. A comment from user deleted user says, well, think of it this way. You usually have to pay a lot more than $25 for exposure therapy. This comment received 357 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, oh man, that made me laugh pretty hard. I guess you are right though, haha. This reply received 175 upvotes. A comment from user probably your friend says, I feel you man, traded crockpots with a friend and plugged it in on my stove and no shit 50 or more baby cockroaches come pouring out behind my stove. I wasn't able to get them all unfortunately, so 3 months later I see the odd one but kill it immediately. I hope to God you got them all friend. They are super bastards who, like you said, don't give a fuck. Edit. It said 2 months I meant 3. This comment received 3398 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, that made my skin crawl just to read sorry that happened to you. This reply received 1350 upvotes. A comment from user deleted user says, removed. This comment received 2098 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, haha my roommate couldn't stop making buggy software jokes either. This reply received 1014 upvotes. A comment from user Clarky9712 says, the wall coming guy changed his target. This comment received 1048 upvotes. A comment from user Ahecht says, Sue, with the roaches out, does it work now? This comment received 166 upvotes. A comment from user Carrington Campbell says, great read. This comment received 4455 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, thanks so much. I figured everyone else would get a kick out of it even though I didn't, haha. This reply received 2326 upvotes. A comment from user Literal TP says, "Fuck man, this brought back a bad memory. About 3 weeks ago I was vacationing in Florida, and I was lying in bed watching some Walking Dead when I felt an itch in my shorts. The left short to be exact. And I thought nothing of it. Shit gets itchy, you know. However, it was persistent and really rather annoying, so I keep scratching. Fast forward a few minutes and this big old fucking cockroach crawls out of my shorts. Jesus shit, I've never ran away so fast in my life. The little motherfucker had been residing in my shorts for fuck knows how long. I'm British by the way and never get roaches where I live. Shit's terrifying." This comment received 139 upvotes. A comment from user Hubiguy says, "I know this will get buried, but I hope that you read this. Throw away the PS2 immediately. German cockroaches are some of the hardest to get rid of, and one of their egg sacs, Utica, contain up to 50 roaches. You need to buy some cockroach gel bait. Vendetta Plus, Advion, Alpine. Vendetta Plus is the best in my opinion. Also, buy some Gentrol Point Source. These are a bit pricey, but they are an insect growth regulator. This means that if they are within 75 square feet, all they have to do is smell it and they will not be able to reproduce. If they aren't already fully grown adults, it inhibits them from growing anymore. So, if they are too young to reproduce, then they will never grow big enough to be able to. Take the gel bait and place a BB pellet size on any ledges, corners, baseboards, kitchen cabinet hinges. Place the beads 6 inches apart. They will eat it and die. If you take these steps properly, you have nothing to worry about. If you leave too, in 6 months you will be infested with thousands. Take extra care of your kitchen and bathrooms. Any electronics, draw them with the warmth. TVs, modems, routers, wireless telephones, power outlets, back of refrigerator, back of deep freezer, under coffee pot, backs of microwave, grooves of an oven. If you see coffee grounds where coffee isn't present, it's roach poop, frass. This is food for younger cockroaches. Keep your house clean of frass and food. If you have any questions, PM me. This comment received 265 upvotes. A comment from user Oibruvamerodman says, "Oh golly gee fuck, was I wrong? My new all-time favorite catchphrase." This comment received 363 upvotes. A comment from user X5Titch says, "Might not be worth your time over $25, but the bugs change things a bit. Tell your police department you were sold something defective and not as advertised, filled with bugs. They can subpoena let go to get the user's info, including emails, IP, etc. Someone sold me a stolen phone and they were able to pretty much track him down based on what was given to them by Let Go and OfferUp." This comment received 111 upvotes. A comment from user Deleted User says, "How do they survive in such places? Anyways, if you have a PC you can play PS2 games on it with your PS2 gamepad by downloading PCSX2. It emulates the PS2 in Windows, and works very accurately. Check our PCSX2 to get started." This comment received 393 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, "That's really cool. I'm gonna check that out pretty soon, thanks." This reply received 186 upvotes. A comment from user Guptastic says, "I'm reading R, Tifu, but this feels way too much like R, no sleep." This comment received 367 upvotes. A comment from user BBQ Pigs Feet says, "We bought a second-hand couch that was infested with those little fuckers. We managed to get rid of them, but couldn't find it in ourselves to sit on it." This comment received 222 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, "Oh man, I don't blame you." This reply received 93 upvotes. A comment from user Merlin41Wiz says, "Great read, but sorry for your misfortune. That would scare the shit out of me too. I'm not a fan of hordes of bugs crawling all over me." This comment received 87 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, "Glad you enjoyed it. And it's all good now. I'm not a fan of losing $25, but at least it wasn't more, ya know?" This reply received 43 upvotes. A comment from user deleted user says, "Yo, I have a PS2 Slim, I'll send you for free if you PM me. Cover the shipping cost and I'll make it right for you. It's not a scam or bullshit. I'll send video of it working and anything you need to know it's not a scam. I don't want your money or anything, I just want to prove there's decent people out in the real world and I want to make it right. I don't want that guy to have the satisfaction of fucking you over. $25 is a lot of money to throw away. I've been burned before on internet deals, so if you want a free PS2 PM me and let's set up the details." This comment received 102 upvotes. A comment from user Squidpig says, "I always hear stories about roaches and consoles. It seems they are attracted to the heat in it. Anyways, I encourage you to find at least one of the remaining 2 roaches and kill it. From your brief description it could be a Oriental or German roach, which both are hard to get rid of. So try to muster up a last bit of courage and get them. Also, I have yet to see a bug killer kill faster than WD-40. This comment received 61 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, "WD-40 huh? That's the last thing I would have thought to use. But now I'm glad I have an abundance of it, haha." This reply received 34 upvotes. A comment from user deleted user says, "Deleted." This comment received 102 upvotes. A comment from user Zer08821 says, "Side note, don't stomp on cockroaches. I'm not sure about whatever breed you had, but they carry their eggs on their back, and you can spread the horrid infestation that way as well." This comment received 19 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, "Oh no. Well, I know what I'm spending my next paycheck on. Tons of carpet spray." This reply received 39 upvotes. A comment from user Pirate Ninja Monkey says, "Sign up for a new account. Offer to meet up to buy something else. Get his license plate and tell him you will report him to the police if he doesn't refund your money." This comment received 9 upvotes. A reply from the original author Broshenju says, "That's actually a pretty good idea. All I want is my money back, really. I don't care what happens to him after that." This reply received 10 upvotes.